Something interesting happened last Monday. Something none of us saw coming. Three of the biggest and most used social media apps all went down simultaneously for 7 hours. Not one, not two, not three, 7 hours. For 7 hours, the whole world was suddenly thrusted into a dystopian time. See, that's what happens when one company monopolizes the whole social media market. And that's what we're going to be touching on today's episode. We're going to be talking about the social media outage. Let's go. Hello, namaste, vanakkam, tanchahao, apa kabar? Today, before we go into today's episode, okay, so before we go into today's episode, let me just ask y'all something, okay? Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear what's that?
Yeah.
Hear what lah?
Do we?
That's the sound of us being on Spotify, guys.
my
Let's go.
Oh, clap it up, everyone! Oh, Spotify. Can catch us there
We made
now.
it. We're finally on Spotify, man. What a long time. It's been a long time.
Long time.
Long time
Yeah.
coming. Long time coming. Okay, not long time
Yeah.
coming. We're already 5 episodes in, but
5 episodes, man.
Yeah,
feels
I mean,
like a
it's
long
bound
time.
to
Feels
happen,
like a
lah,
long
right?
time.
We fulfill a destiny, lah.
yes.
So by the way, we're on Spotify. We are live on Spotify right now, and we're called the Three Lattes on the Spotify, not the Three Lattes Podcast. Remember, just the Three Lattes on Spotify. Please search it up, and you can catch our episodes from 1 to until the latest one on Spotify. It's going up live by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
So, let's get into today's topic. Are we ready? Okay, so something interesting happened this Monday.
Wait, guys, I think we forgotten one thing, What's our hot
What's
take?
Damn.
Okay,
Okay,
you know
wait,
what?
this
Since
Vinod
5
excited,
weeks,
man.
come on, man. You gotta get it straight, man. Hot take's important for the day, man. We started off with it,
My
man.
bad.
Gotta get it strong for Spotify, man.
I bit excited lah. Okay,
Yeah, I know, right?
Uh,
This topic is really interesting, right?
Okay lah, never mind. Okay, hot take Okay, hot take. Okay, you know what? Wei Yong, I want to hear your hot take first. 'cause your hot take,
the man,
your hot-
the man in the white
your
shirt
hot
today.
take, your hot take always very hot one. So I want to hear your hot take.
Yeah, very hot.
Okay, can. I think Disney Plus is catching up to Netflix.
Ooh, wow. Okay, I would like to chime in on that.
Hey, but seriously though, like if you watch Disney Plus shows right. I mean since the first one was what was it? WandaVision
WandaVision.
It was WandaVision,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Yep.
after it's the
White Falcon.
Winter Soldier,
Yeah,
right?
Winter
The Falcon and
Soldier,
Winter
yeah.
Soldier, and then it was Loki. You know, it's like all this
I haven't
series
watched
is
Loki
like
yet, man. Right.
it's like so good. But then right, Netflix is still like the big one lah. Like
Yeah, still.
the Netflix originals
goat.
and all right, is still
I think because Disney Plus is just a lot of it's just an outlet to put like Marvel shows and original Marvel
yeah.
shows.
A lot of
That's it. I
Disney
think
things lah, basically.
and also like
Netflix
there's
is
so
more.
many like platform like Netflix. There's like Apple TV Plus. There's
Yeah,
like the
man.
Amazon one. There's like Paramount. So many way, but then,
So
HBO
many,
Go.
too many.
HBO Go is really
I mean,
good.
I don't watch
HBO is
HBO
really
lah,
good.
but
Ayo, you know,
Yeah.
we have HBO Go, right? But I prefer HBO Max, right? It's like the Netflix of HBO in the US.
Correct.
Mm.
Their
Isn't
UI
that-
is so
isn't
much
that-
better.
Yeah. Correct. How about you, Simon? Your hot take of the
My hot take of the day. Okay, my hot take of the day. I think people who say the word croissant must literally go and redo their English education. Because it must be
To be honest, it's
pronounced
French lah,
croissant.
right?
I mean, it's French,
To be
but
honest,
then,
it's
you know,
French.
you
people...
mean you know what they say it wrongly?
You know,
is it?
I've
They
heard
said
so
it-
many people say it wrongly, especially especially Chinese people. You know, they say croissant like so funny. Right? I tell you, I cannot.
To be fair, their pronunciation for like a lot of English words are kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, not to
But
be mean,
that's just
I
that's
kinda
just
enjoy
us
it.
Asians lah, huh?
Yeah, actually, I mean, even Indians have their own like weird like
Yeah, all of our
accent.
lingo.
Even
man, all that.
even I do it.
Yeah.
Okay. My hot take. My hot take is that I personally believe that Mexican food is one of the best cuisines out there. I honestly would eat Mexican food over my own Indian food.
Mexico. Yeah, I
Wow.
do agree,
Yeah.
man. I like burritos and stuff.
Nah,
Those are the
Mexico.
bomb, man.
Tacos, man. Like, I would die for tacos, honestly.
Oh man, yeah, I agree. I totally agree, man. Tacos, burritos, enchiladas. Oh my lord. Oh.
It just sounds yummy. Even though,
But then
it's
there's
so
like
the way how they
quite
put it.
few. There's like quite a few Mexican restaurants here in Penang.
I mean, there's Holy Guac.
Mm,
That's it, honestly.
Mr.
Everything else
Flacco's,
is
Mr.
like
Flacco.
Tex-Mex, which is like not really Mexican food.
yeah.
But yeah, that's all right. So that's our hot take of the day. If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. If you didn't,
Yeet.
sorry to disappoint. Okay, let's talk about today's episode.
Yeah.
Again, something very interesting happened on Monday.
Oh boy.
So
Yeah.
So for all of y'all that are living under a rock, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram went down on Monday night for 7 hours.
Oh, ring the alarm.
Could not use it.
wheel.
Now, where were you guys when it happened, and how did you find out that it was happening?
Let's go with Wei Yong first, man. Today, I think
Yeah.
it's a great time, a great morning for Wei Yong to start
Every
off
time also
first.
me first. Okay.
Yeah.
Can. Okay. It was it was at night lah. I remember it was like midnight. 12 something. One
It
something.
was the
I
night
forgot
before
even.
dawn.
It was around there, and then I was using WhatsApp on my bed. I was using WhatsApp, and then suddenly right.
On your
it's just-
bed using WhatsApp, I
Oh,
wonder
who you
why.
texting, bro?
I wonder why.
Relax, bro. Relax. Anyways, then it started like connecting, like when there's no
yeah.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
thought it was my Wi-Fi's problem. So I went out and off my modem or something.
I think we're
Off
all gonna
it,
have
come back in.
similar. I
I
think we're
come
all
back
gonna
in.
have
I
similar
use
stories.
I use data. I use data. Then I was like, still connecting. I was like, what is DG doing, man?
Let me
God,
let them
I-
call it.
You called them out, dude.
I was
Let me
damn
out.
angry. I was like, what's the point? You give me data but cannot use one. And then after I go on off, but then I realized that my TV YouTube can work. That's like, what's happening? Then after that,
Oh.
I go Instagram. Also cannot refresh feed. Then only
How did you find
what?
out? How did you find out it was going down? Like, how did you find out?
Oh
that
wait
it was
lah,
down?
I'm coming to it. already.
Okay.
So after Instagram cannot refresh, right? Then after I straight go Twitter already. Then
Straight
that's
go
how I
Twitter.
found out. Yeah. Cause now before my Instagram cannot work. Then
Yeah.
also
I
go
got countless
Twitter to
of
find
times,
out, to
man.
confirm the news like everyone else also kena.
True.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I found out lah.
True.
Yeah,
True.
correct.
Um,
How I found out? Actually, right, when it was happening, I didn't know because I was in a meeting, so I wasn't in my phone. I wasn't doing anything.
yo.
So after
Busy
my
man.
meeting, at,
Your
like,
meeting so late, man.
it was with you, man.
No.
It was a meeting after the meeting I had with you. Anyway, so I was on the meeting, and then after the meeting, I went through my phone. I need to send. I needed to reply this WhatsApp text immediately, urgently, and then it says it's not going through. It's not even one tick. So I was like, okay, maybe my Wi-Fi is down.
Yeah.
But I was,
It's not
but I
one
was
thing
too,
also.
but I was too lazy to turn on and off my Wi-Fi, so I used data. I couldn't go through. I was like, okay, like you know what happens? My data can be shit sometimes. And then I was like, you know what? I'm very frustrated. It's not working. I'ma just go to Instagram and just take my mind off. That one also not working.
GG.
Yeah, and then that's when I went and turned on and off my Wi-Fi, and it still couldn't work. And I was like, what the hell is happening? So that's when I actually texted Wei Yong an iMessage. I was like, bro, is your WhatsApp and Instagram down?
Yeah, I remember.
And then
Yeah.
and then his reply was all caps, bro. And that's how I know, all caps, bro. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's down. And then I went on Twitter, and that's when I found out it's not just a Malaysian thing, like everywhere
It's
around
worldwide,
the world, even
man.
like
Mr. Worldwide.
even American accounts were having the same problem. It's like, okay, yeah, this is big. Like all the apps are going down.
Yeah, indeed. I think for me, y'all technically all said my story also, Dila. But I think I had a very different take on it also. Like, I was watching a movie with my friends, and we were on Skype and stuff like that. Then I was about to send like a WhatsApp text to like a friend of mine, and then like like what Wei Yong said, I got connecting. Then I was just like, hey, why connecting? Then I went to I was like, okay lah, connecting. Then I wanted to just go check my feed, on Instagram. Then I was like, okay, scroll. Then scroll, Then I was like, cannot also. I mean, like the old stuff is still there lah, and everything that's already preloaded is already there. But then I was just like, wow, why cannot? Then I go check Facebook also. Then it's always like, for me, it's always like Instagram, then Facebook. And then if Facebook don't have, then maybe I go Twitter. Lah. Then,
to be fair, I didn't know. Sorry, to be fair, I didn't know Facebook was down because I'm not using it. So
You can't
It's
even
only when
access
I-
your account, man.
yeah, it's only when I went on Twitter. I'm locked out of my Facebook account, by the way. If Facebook,
He
you're
forget
hearing
his
this, please.
password lah.
dude.
Facebook, if you're hearing this, please give me back my account.
He forget his password like all the auntie uncle all forget password.
Bro. Okay. To
Whatever,
continue
man.
my story. So Facebook, I went to Facebook, and then Facebook also same problem. Then I went to check Google. Actually, I didn't check Google yet. Okay, I was like, but then I was just like talking to my friend on Skype while we were watching the show, because the movie was also lagging. No, then I was like, okay, probably it's my Wi-Fi. So like I didn't want to turn it off. I just paused the video just to let it load. But I still had the same issue. But I think, but then like Skype was working normally, like no problems. So I don't think it was my Wi-Fi. But then I restarted my phone a few times because, like Apple, sometimes, to be very frank with you all, as much as people rave about Apple, right? Sometimes the internet connections can be quite shit, like you think that it's your Wi-Fi, but it's actually your phone just acting up.
Yeah.
So I restarted my phone a couple times, and then after that I went back to Instagram, WhatsApp again. Same thing. Then I went to Google. Then say, what's up with Instagram right now? then first things first, I saw like the hot trending news and all his tweets, and I saw Marcus Brownlee's tweets saying, in which he commented about like the 3 social media platforms not functioning lah. So then I don't know what I saw like brainless. I was just like, I need to say something about this. I went to Facebook. I went to type something for the news feed, and it didn't even post for a couple hours. I was just like, okay, why did I do that for? and then like how I say, then okay lor, everybody go Twitter. Then I was also scrolling my Twitter. Then Twitter was just bombing up with so many things, man. Everybody is just saying like, hi, how you guys doing?
Yeah, everybody flooded Twitter. That was like one thing
everybody
that was
flooded
running
Twitter,
properly.
man. It was insane.
yeah.
It was insane.
But here's the thing, right? Like you like sometimes you can. I mean, honestly, to be fair, like Instagram, the gram goes down at least once every month, maybe once every week, right? So you can't expect it from Instagram going down.
Yeah, sometimes got a lot of like loading issues, and then they will say like,
Yeah.
cannot connect, establish connection. And I was just like, huh?
Yeah, correct. Sometimes you can't even post stories or anything, and it's just like you can't even refresh your feed, which is like okay, we that's normal. Like we get that. Like sometimes certain apps go down for a while. It's okay. But what's so weird and like extraordinary about this incident is that all 3 apps, I'm talking Facebook, WhatsApp almost never goes down.
Correct.
Even WhatsApp went down.
WhatsApp has a long history of just being stable, man.
Correct. And Instagram went down. And all 3 of them went down at the same time for 7, not one, not
So
2.
long.
Usually it's like one. Usually like if a social media outage is like 1 or 2 hours, this was 7 hours, man. A quarter of your day.
I mean,
Just-
lucky for us in Malaysia, right? Although we're in Asia,
We are
when we
nighttime
wake up,
already
it's
lah,
okay,
so-
already,
Yeah,
but then
correct.
imagine people who are living in the
Nighttime.
US, they can't even use anything for the whole
Correct,
day.
correct. The only like I only knew it was 7 hours because I slept. I wake up and then people were telling me, "Oh, it went off for 7 hours." I was like, "Okay, thank God I slept through it because it was nighttime."
Yeah.
But I think for anyone who doesn't know, right? Basically, Facebook has bought over and owns WhatsApp and Instagram.
The Zuck be playing the
Right.
strong game.
Yeah, Facebook bought Instagram because it was afraid that it was going to overtake its position as the number 1 social media app, and now it's under the Facebook umbrella and all that tech stuff. Tech guys, you guys know what's going on. But basically, for all of you like guys who are not really into that world, basically Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. So when Facebook went down, it took down WhatsApp and Instagram with it also. And this is where people started to like bring up the question, how ethical is it to have one company monopolize the social media market? People say, oh, you're not monopolizing lah. It's only just 2. It's only like 3 apps, bro. That's like the 3 biggest apps.
It's huge, bro.
It's huge. It's huge. Even though it's not the number of quantity. It's not like they own like 5-6 companies and 5-6 social media apps. They own like 2 of the biggest. So I'm sorry to say, but they do monopolize. Facebook does monopolize the social media market right now, and it's a bit problematic, right? So what do you think is the problems when one company monopolizes the social media market? What do you think? What do you think are the issues that come up? What's the problematic side of it?
I feel like when one company takes over, just imagine lah, like this is gonna sound so bad, but imagine lah, your favorite McDonald's wanted to monopolize and he bought over every single like company. He bought over KFC, he bought over Burger King, he bought over A&W. Cause McDonald's so rich, right? Can they buy anything, ma? So why not just buy KFC? But then it's like that is the same. I think this epitome just came to me. It's like imagine like one brand that you love very much, McDonald's, okay, buys up all your favorite brands like KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's, and all these things. But then KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's, they were like these individual things that you love very much. And then in the end, right, when you see like marketing come out, right, everything feels influenced by McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Something like that, lah. And it's like it doesn't feel like personal anymore. It feels like under one hood. It's very hierarchical, something like that. You know, from McDonald's and then it chains down to the rest of the other to the other chains. You know, but I feel my take, like for example, for this Facebook situation, lah, this Facebook problem. My feeling is that because you know. The reason why Instagram and WhatsApp was so stable last time, right, is because they were their own company. They had their own servers. They probably had I may be wrong with this,
right.
But they had their own servers. They had their own management and all these things. But once
Correct.
Facebook bought them up, right, they literally linked up everything. You know, that's why Facebook right now has like so much like, oh, you can link your Instagram and everything. You can even link your WhatsApp or whatever. Or they're all interlinked, interconnected with one another. So just imagine like it's like a tree branch connected to a house. And it's connected to a car, and it's connected to a motorbike. If that house falls, if the tree falls, in the end, the roots, the branches that went all over the house and everything will all sooner or later wither as well. So you think about it, when one falls, the rest get affected in a way. So I feel. One server falls, everything falls. I'm not a tech genius, okay? But I know that all of these three social media platforms are linked to one another in one way.
They do run on Facebook servers.
Yeah. Definitely, because they're all under the same sort of like probably the same code. You know, they had to write like new codes for the apps itself to make it like their own, or maybe make it better in their own way and all these things, you know. So
in layman terms, WhatsApp and Instagram works through Facebook.
Yeah. Works through Facebook.
Correct. Yeah. I think for me, right, it's the problem with monopoly itself in any market. It kind of discourages healthy competition. Because like I said, the reason why Facebook bought over Instagram was because at that time Instagram was emerging as like a very like a top social media app.
When was it?
It's quite hot actually.
I think
a few years ago, right?
18 or 17, I'm not mistaken. It's not too long ago.
Yeah.
When rumors were coming up that you know, that Facebook was when Facebook was going to buy
Yeah.
Instagram, rumors you know.
Yeah. They bought it because it was becoming. It was like
fearful.
Like Facebook and Instagram was neck and neck, right? There was a competition there, and Facebook, they have held down the social media market for so long. They were the number one, and they said, well, if you can't beat them, buy them.
Yeah. I mean,
if you can't beat them, buy them.
you've got money, right? Okay, money, buy lah. You know,
rich
people, man.
Which, to be fair, is, you know, okay, but here's the thing, right? That's the problem with monopoly. Like, you kind of lose the edge in the market. There's no competition, and what that affects us is, right? It affects us, the users, the normal people like us, because now we don't have a diverse social media experience. Correct. Like Monday was like when the social media outage was a perfect example, because Facebook owns these two apps, right? When the servers went down, suddenly you can't use three apps altogether.
Yeah.
Right. And competition is also like if I were to create like a social media app, right, and it gives like a very distinct experience from like all the social media apps right there, and if it comes up to be like very competitive and it's like competing with the number ones, the top guns. What if I get bought? And now it's not different anymore. It's not distinct. right? And that's the same with monopoly in any kind of market. Like there's not the McDonald's analogy you made. It's not like McDonald's is bad, right? McDonald's is great. I mean, some people say it's kind of lame lah, but I think they're okay. Like the food there is, for fast food, is not bad, but when it buys over everything, right, then you suddenly lose.
It's
diversity.
originality, you know. Yeah.
You lose variety.
I understand. Yeah, definitely. I want to bounce off what you said just now regarding like, you know, healthy competition. I think
Correct.
you see, when Facebook bought up like WhatsApp and Instagram, right? Don't you think that, you know, in a way lah. Okay, this is just off the top of my head. Don't you think in a way that it kind of like prevents more creativity, like more creative like advancement to happen for each app? So okay, take it from me in this way. WhatsApp and Instagram were its own company before, right? So they had their own they had their own hierarchy, their own people and stuff like that. Okay, I don't know whether they are now working for Facebook or whatever lah. But imagine they only had to think about Instagram, okay, and all they could think of is like, how do we make this better? So think of it in a sense that Facebook has an idea of how to make things better. But what if Instagram and WhatsApp have a much more different idea, and their method of making things better like makes the app much more usable, more creative compared to Facebook? And then when Facebook recognizes that, then they can also you know, churn out more creative ideas and better themselves. So in a way, it's like it's a tic-tac-toe kind of thing, you know. One gets better, another gets better, one gets better, another gets better. That's how things evolve, you know. That's how things become a bit more creative in a sense. But you see, when everything just goes into a single brand, a single company, everything is all coming down from the top. So it's only from a single company right now.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. And what's unfair is that the trickle down effect is basically on us, because now, like if you remember, Instagram didn't run ads.
Yeah, and now it does.
It didn't run ads, and now it does, because Facebook's policy changed at one point when they started to run ads on Facebook itself. And then when they bought over Instagram, they kind of moved the policy over here, because advertising is a great way to earn money for these big companies. So now you can run ads on Instagram, and that's how they're getting money and all that. Instagram was never about ads.
Yeah, it was all about picture and sharing.
Living in the moment. That's what it was. I mean, yeah.
Gotta get that
How about
double
you,
tap.
Wei Yong? What do you think about this whole social media market and the monopoly that's going on in the market? What do you think about it?
Actually, both of you said it lah. Like
My bad.
my
Paiseh,
point is
paiseh,
just Vinod's point plus Simon's point. But then, I mean, the problem, we just see it on Monday, right?
Yeah.
Straight away, three apps straight away cannot use. Interrupt. You can say that these apps plays an importance in our life.
Yeah, huge role. I think
maybe
it becomes so important.
Like in different ways, for different people. But some more, and then those that imagine they want to go and get their day going on, and it depends on these apps, right? Then I'm gonna like that because cannot use. Luckily, we all at night, so we can just sleep through.
Yeah.
So I think, like y'all said, the server thing, one goes down, three go down together, and then I think the competition point is also very. I also agree. Like, just look at Grab and Uber last time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
Last time got Uber and Grab, right? Both of them is like top
Grab
one.
bought up Uber,
Like,
right?
It's either we use one or either. And then I last time prefer to use Uber because got a lot of promo code.
Same. I
And
was always
then-
an Uber person as well.
Yeah, and then after I Grab took over, and then you only have like one choice basically. Other than that, got like small companies that come up, but
I miss the good old times, guys.
they cannot beat Grab. And then
But
Grab,
you see, yeah.
and because of that, right, you see Grab like has so much freedom to, how to say, like your point system. Their point system is like, now every trip you get is lower because they can afford to do that, Like it's not like you're gonna switch to other switch to the competitors. Yeah, competitors, right?
Yeah.
And then they can charge higher for their price. They can do all this kind of stuff because
Correct.
there's no competitors, right? There's no like neck to neck competitors.
Correct.
I'm not talking about a small one, lah. Yeah.
Correct.
So that's
And
like
that-
the
that-
bad thing
yeah,
about
that-
monopolize.
Yeah,
the
I think
market.
that's what you touched upon is important, because the trickle down effect is basically what it affects us the most, the normal people like us. Like you say, when Grab like kind of like not say bought over Uber. I don't know what the situation was, but basically at one point Uber and Grab was there, and then suddenly it was just Grab.
I
here.
miss Uber,
And what?
guys.
Yeah, and what? No, same, bro, same. I think that's what happened. What happened was that because now there's only Grab, now they can afford to raise their price, their fare trip, and all that because they don't have a competition.
Yeah.
They can say,
Correct.
I'll raise my fares by 3-4 ringgit. Are you gonna stop using me? No, because I'm the only way you're gonna get around.
Correct. Like
If Uber
Yeah.
was a healthy competition, and so like they can make money at the same time people can get to use it as well without spending so much money. Correct? Because there's healthy competition. But when Grab kind of like took over that part, now there's no competition, and now everybody's complaining about, oh, like Grab is too expensive. Grab wasn't expensive, but because there's a lack of competition, now Grab is expensive, and we are paying for it.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that's
I
the
think-
same thing that's happening in any market that's monopolized by one entity.
I mean, in
Social media is one of them.
I mean, in Malaysia we have like Muda. You guys know the Muda, the blue
Correct.
color,
Yeah,
blue color
Muda,
car thing.
Gojek.
But then now also
Yeah.
like we rarely see it around on the road also already. Everything is all just
Correct.
Grab now.
They cannot compete.
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very hard.
They cannot compete. And yeah, just again to say it, in business terms, it sounds, great lah. I mean, you can buy over all these companies, you can earn all the money.
Yeah.
But the real the people like us are kind of paying for the lack of competition.
Or lack of choices in a way,
Yeah, lack of choices because there's no competition, right? So, yeah, we are getting exploited out here, and that's what's been happening in the social media market. And many people didn't realize it until what happened on Monday, when you realize that because Facebook servers were down, suddenly your WhatsApp, Instagram,
Everything
servers
just
all
went down, man.
Yeah, and kind of like segue a bit lah, right? Because these three apps went down, and these are the three biggest apps, right? Let's talk about the alternative social media platforms out there,
Ooh.
right? So, in your opinion, what's like the best social media app outside these big three?
Guys, let's go back to the past. Let's go to MySpace.
It's a great time, bro.
Remember when Friendster was still around? Oh boy.
Only
was
you
good
two
too.
know lah. So I'm not sure what you're. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Yeah.
MySpace
okay.
was the
Okay, Wei Yong, why not you go first? Come on, man.
Okay. Twitter lah. I uses Twitter. I
You
use a lot of
uses
Twitter.
Twitter.
I uses the Twitter.
I use Twitter.
Your
okay?
England very powerful.
Sorry lah.
Happens to the best of us lah.
That's why I use Twitter lah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think I only use a few apps like social media like Twitter, Telegram sometimes like just to get like some work like image sent right here there, and then TikTok lor. I scroll TikTok a lot lah. Is that a social media app?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is,
So
TikTok, it is.
Twitter, TikTok, and Telegram. I don't use Snapchat. I don't think anybody use Snapchat anymore lah. So
Some
I mean,
people
I
still do
still-
lah, but I
use it.
I've
I-
long
I-
forgotten.
I use only
Very
to send
less,
streaks only. Just to
Yeah.
send streaks only.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me it's that three apps. So I think, but mostly it's Twitter.
Mm.
Cause yeah, I like Twitter.
How about you, Simon? What are like your best alternative?
let me
apps?
just say that I think the reason I feel Twitter is quite smart.
Oh wait! I forget something. Discord. Even though
Oh,
even though I
man.
don't use it, but it's there lah, right?
Oh yeah, it can be technically called as a social media because you can make servers and all these things now, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's very distinct in the way it operates. By the
Yeah,
way, it's different.
It's very interesting.
caters
It's very
to
fresh in a way,
it caters to a whole different demographic. So
Yeah, very different,
Yeah.
very different. Okay. I feel like I don't know whether Twitter is smart or whatever lah, but I think it's because Facebook didn't buy them up, or maybe they feel like it was a waste of
they
money.
tried to.
Oh, they tried to. Wow. Okay, I didn't know
They
about
tried
that.
to.
But okay,
Yeah.
We rich
Ye-
ma.
you see, because Facebook couldn't buy up Twitter, right? So Twitter, can you imagine like the amount of traction that Twitter got during the whole outage that happened? That would have
Yeah.
like gotten Twitter so much like exposure, man, and like so
Bro,
much
Twitter-
suddenly so many, suddenly.
The Twitter admin tweeted, man. You say
Yeah.
like, hello
What do you
everyone
say?
or something like that.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
It's like suddenly everybody come to the app, because like everything else is
Yeah.
down, But look at other apps as well. Okay, look at Telegram, look at LinkedIn, look at YouTube. Okay, I mean YouTube is by Google, but they're all independent in a way, and that in a way could ensure that if something goes wrong in, like, for example, like Facebook, we say when something goes wrong in a server or another server, not all of the social platforms will go down together with it. WhatsApp has gained such a mass popularity because of how long it's been in the market lah, before Facebook and everything like that even came along. But
it's the number one messaging app.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I feel, right, if you were to look for I'll just go for each lah. Look at Telegram as an alternative for WhatsApp. It's such a great alternative in my opinion. You still get to use stickers, although not like exactly like how WhatsApp does it. But I mean, another thing is also that the images are not really that compressed. And the great thing is that when you are uploading something onto Telegram, you can see how much of it is being uploaded. That means like, for example, if it's like 50 megabyte, you can see it continuously, the number going up. That means you can know when you can know how fast or like the process of it being uploaded, or even being downloaded. I think I'm not so sure about that one lah. Okay, downloaded, I think also the same thing. But then it's very different, and in terms of privacy issues, right? Like, I mean, you could delete one person's chat without having the other person knowing. You guys know that, right?
I heard of that.
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
guys
know
can
that.
do that. But then, I mean, on WhatsApp, even if you delete one person's chat, nobody will really know lah. But it's just good to know that you have the choice to do a little bit more things on Telegram. Just a little bit, It's good that Telegram lets us know before we do something lah,
Yeah.
But
Actually, I'm not on Telegram. Like, can you call people on Telegram?
yes, you
like,
can. You can video call. You can call.
Mm.
You can text. You can video text and all these things. It's like another form of WhatsApp.
It's like WhatsApp like
Yeah,
that.
Telegram
I
last
didn't
time
know.
used to be
I'm not on
known.
Telegram.
Used to be known as like the sort of like the corporate kind of like app, but now it's becoming a little bit more than that, in my personal opinion lah. It's becoming a bit more versatile lah. Okay, and as an alternative, okay, you guys are gonna laugh at it. As an alternative for Facebook and Instagram, right? Let's all just use LinkedIn lah. Okay.
Bro, but that's like completely different, right? Like LinkedIn is
No,
not
no,
really
hear
a
me out,
place
hear me
to
out, hear me out,
socialize.
hear me out, okay?
Yeah,
LinkedIn, because I was
Mhm.
just on LinkedIn the other day, and then I was also seeing that
Okay.
people are also posting up things, like as if like they're posting things up on WhatsApp, on Facebook and stuff like that. Like,
Mhm.
I like how the platform it's not that bad, okay, but I think the UI could be cleaner, the user interface could be cleaner, and it could be more straightforward, okay. Instead of, because although like the place is just about finding jobs and putting yourself out there so that companies can hire you and all those things, I feel it's like the best of all worlds. Listen to it. If LinkedIn was known as like a social media platform, just like Facebook or Instagram, and not only like an app where you can put yourself out there in terms of resume and try to find a job, it's actually a great place for you to get known by everyone and even big companies. For example, I start a profile, okay, and I want to be, for example, I want to be a content creator, okay. So I put up all my content there. I put up all my videos, my daily content, my vlogs, my maybe 10-second content, or my photos, everything like that, okay. And then also on my profile, I can also put my resume. It means everything that I've done in my entire life for jobs and everything, I can put up there. But then you also can see my sort of like catalog of things that I have done and I could do. So when companies or huge people or like really, really big people can see that, then they'll reach out to you even more. So in a way, I think it's like the best of all worlds. You can message also in there. You can get hired in there. You can show that you want to be hired also in there. You can post.
No, but I think
anything in there as well.
I think it's a fair point, but I think LinkedIn has built itself to be this professional platform.
Yeah, it has, like over the many years.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So to use it in a way where to socialize. Actually, you know what, Simon? That could have been a hot take,
Damn.
That could be a hot take because I think the way LinkedIn has kind of branded itself, and the way we perceive LinkedIn is a very professional space where you put your resume, you put your CV out, and then
Yeah.
you try to get jobs, trying to find connections, trying to network yourself. It's basically LinkedIn is about networking in the professional world. That's
Yeah,
what
it
LinkedIn
is.
right?
Yeah.
I think when you add the socializing aspect, right, you kind of lose LinkedIn's
Core.
core. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, because if I get messages on LinkedIn, right, I feel weird. Like, hey, you're not supposed to be messaging me on LinkedIn. That's such a weird place to
It's like,
send me a message.
You can contact
Yeah,
me on
it feels
Facebook
weird
or
lah, to be honest.
Instagram instead.
Yeah, if someone says hi to me on LinkedIn, I'm like, no,
It's like, who's this
get
bot?
out. Yeah, get out.
You know?
Who's this person? Like, and I've actually seen like girls, especially like girls on LinkedIn, they get messaged by like random ass guys.
Yeah,
and because
yeah.
they can't. Yeah, and it's like it's weird. But you know what? We live in a world of infinite possibilities, so maybe it might happen. As for me, right, I think I tell you what, I'll stand by this, and I will die on this hill. I think Twitter is downright the best social media app there is.
Tweet.
Twitter really is.
Tweet
It really
the
is.
Twitter bird never
Because-
flies away from our houses.
The thing about Twitter that's so good is that you have a form of autonomy, meaning, like, because of the Instagram algorithm where you only see what Instagram's algorithm wants you to see because they think that's what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you kind of lose your autonomy there. Sometimes you don't feel like you're not getting the best experience because it's controlled by a UI that's not catering to what you want and what you need necessarily.
Indeed.
On Twitter, there's no such thing. Twitter is chronological. You can see what you want. You can scroll past what you want.
It goes like by timely order, Like first
Correct.
thing that come out is on the top there, then when you scroll down it's all the older stuff, stuff like that.
correct, and it's a cleaner experience. There's not a lot of. I mean, there are a couple of bots lah, but it's not as much as like in Instagram. A lot of troll accounts,
Yeah.
but
But it's actually very
like
straightforward. The UI is so great. The fact that you can just tweet on the go, and I tell you, it's so much more. It's so much easier to tap on that plus button to type something on Twitter than to tap on like the write something on your newsfeed on Facebook. I don't know why.
I mean, to be fair, most of the content you see on like any other apps is recycled from Twitter.
Yeah.
Like how many Instagram meme accounts you see, the stuff that's on there, it's recycled from Twitter.
Yeah, a lot of
Which
things
is
are
which is
recycled,
which Twitter recycles from Reddit, but Reddit is a totally different
I find it
space.
funny how we didn't talk about TikTok.
TikTok, I tell you what, TikTok is
Bro, call me crazy. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
if Facebook in the future bought up TikTok.
I don't know about that because TikTok is a Chinese company.
Oh.
They
Yeah, true.
But there's like a Chinese version of TikTok.
Really? I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's
I'm not a
It's
big
called like
fan of
Douyin
Yeah.
or something.
But
Like we
I mean,
cannot
TikTok
don't
is
know.
so
lah,
big,
have
you
to
know,
change
and
lah.
like imagine like Facebook has to like compete with it, and then they'll. I bet you they also have thought about it like, hey, let's just buy up TikTok, But then like I think it's more than that because it's all political and stuff like that.
Yeah, complicated.
Yeah, it's very
But
complicated.
I don't really like TikTok. It's not that I don't like TikTok. I just don't like the concept of TikTok.
I mean, I'll
I
scroll
mean, no,
for you TikTok.
I'll scroll on behalf of you. Double the times
I
a day.
enjoy. No, the thing is, I enjoy TikTok videos, but I know if I were to have the app, I would spend hours on it.
I think it's just like Instagram lah, bro. Like we can spend hours on it also. But I think like knowing that you have TikTok is that you have a secondary app to go to when you're bored of Instagram.
Correct, exactly.
Wei Yong's like,
Yeah.
crap. I'm being
No
exposed.
lah, but people can enjoy it. I mean, people can enjoy it lah. I mean, like it's not like I hate TikTok videos. I mean, some of them are really funny. I kind of like it. Some of them
Yeah.
like have like all this TikTok dance and stuff. Like, is like
It's a very creative
trends,
platform lah, yeah.
trends nowadays they're coming from TikTok.
Yeah, a lot of trends.
A lot
Yeah.
of trends are originating from TikTok. So I think
Remember
it's
how
good.
so many trends came from Snapchat last time, and then Snapchat died,
Correct.
and then Vine
Mhm.
like Vine was like the main place for like trends to like
Yes.
spring forth, man. Then when Vine
Correct.
died, then like where else? Then like I guess Instagram sometimes and
Mhm.
then after that
I
TikTok came out, and
think,
then
yeah.
come already.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm like not really a big fan of TikTok because I feel like it's a rehashed version of Vine when Vine was like a better. Wei Yong, were you there? Were you there when Vine
I love
was a
Vine,
thing?
man.
Yeah. But I didn't use lah. Like I straight away I go YouTube and search Vine instead. So I don't.
You know, it's so
go
funny.
directly
I
to the
actually
app.
wanted to start creating content on Vine, but the moment when I did so, Vine announced that they were going to shut down.
Yeah, I mean simple, and it's so creative, to like able
Maybe
to tell
because
the
of you lah. That's why they shut down.
Oh, Vine, why you go away? What
But
did I
actually,
do to you?
Vine was crazy, man. Vine, think about it. You can think about creating a story within 6 seconds.
That's actually a lot of content. You have to be really creative in order to
Correct,
come up with
correct.
something in 6 seconds. Yeah.
Correct. I think Vine kind of challenged you creatively more than TikTok does. I think lah.
Come up with like a very
I mean-
unique storyline.
I mean, that's just my 2 cents, but I'm not saying TikTok is a bad app. It's an app. You can use it. I mean, it's personal for me. It's just that I enjoy TikTok videos, but the reason why I'm not on TikTok is because I know I'll waste my time there. That's it.
Yep.
It's just self-control. That's it. Now, we talked about a lot of the social media apps. And then suddenly on Monday for 7 hours, we couldn't use Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hypothetical situation, right? What would life be without WhatsApp,
I love this
Instagram,
question.
and Twitter, and all these things? Like, what would life be without social media? Because think about it now. Like, for 7 hours, right, 3 apps went down, and suddenly the whole world was like,
What
kinda
do I
stood
do
still.
now?
Yeah, kind of stood still, and it's kind of crazy, right? Because you kind of realize, it makes you realize that social media has assimilated itself into the very fabric of society.
Indeed.
We
That's
cannot
better
live
said.
without it.
Yeah.
We cannot live without it. So in a hypothetical situation where there's no social media, what would life be like? What do you think? What do you think, guys? What's your take on that?
Well,
I think.
Wei
Like,
Yong, go ahead.
to be honest, right, when those shares went down, it's like I feel like suddenly nothing to do with that. It's like suddenly you cannot text on WhatsApp, you cannot see stories or scroll anything on Instagram. Then I don't use Facebook that much lah, so and then after that it's like suddenly your life stopped with it. Then it's like there's a moment like I can just lie down on my bed and then look up and just do nothing. Like at one point lah, I think that's for like everyone also.
Mhm.
It's like you don't know what to do, you straight away stop, and then
That's
After
so
that-
weird, right?
yeah, that's
Like
right. It's
treat-
like after,
yeah.
it's only like after that then you only start to okay. Actually, you can text on iMessage, you can text on something else, some other apps. Then
Imagine those people who
you
don't have
want to-
iMessage, bro. Use message.
Then you want to
Regular
scroll-
message.
If you want to scroll
SMS
if you want to scroll at reels or what, you can go TikTok instead. If you want to, or if you want to look at news, you can just go Twitter or something. So it's like there's a point where you don't know what to do, your life stops, and then only that after that, and then you only start to like find out and be more observant of like what's happening around you lah. Basically, like there are other options out there for you to. Because more of them like has like similar functions, so you can still continue do what you do with just different apps. So
Agreed.
yeah, but I think the general feeling is like suddenly like nothing to do with that, like very empty. Someone is at night, like if you say that in evening or what, maybe you can go out and walk, like maybe you can go and walk around, exercise or do other things, right? But it's at night, I don't know what I can do also.
I mean, that's lucky.
Just
I
lie
mean, that's
down, look at
lucky
the ceiling,
for
man,
us,
count
lah.
the
It can
stars,
be
kind of
like,
shit.
That's right. That's why I don't know
Fall
what to do.
asleep.
So I just lie down there. Okay. What now? Right.
I think for me it's just like, I thought about it and I was like you said, Wei Yong, like 3 apps went down and suddenly you don't know what to do with your time.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy to me because it makes me realize that wow, these social media apps, it kind of subconsciously just took over a big part of your life.
We are very dependent on these apps. lah.
very,
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 very dependent.
highly.
And it goes further than just fulfilling our social, like we are social, like humans are social animals, right? So social media apps cater to that need to socialize. So
Yeah.
so when when you don't have the social media apps now, you realize, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's hard to put into words. But all I can say is that when these three apps went down, I started to look at life and I'm like, yeah, like I feel like social media has taken a big toll on my life. I need to cut it down. But for certain people, that's not a choice because certain people, they run their business on Instagram, they run their business on WhatsApp, they run their business on Facebook, to the point where now social media app is kind of like a way of living for some people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
right? So
word,
we are,
man.
as a society, we are so dependent. I mean, look at us. We post stuff on Instagram,
On a daily basis.
right? If there comes a time where we have to monetize it and Instagram is down, we are not getting money.
GG.
Correct. So so it's like social media has now become more than just social media. Now it's become a way of life for some people. It's a way of finding money and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's scary times lah. But I think as long as you have, in terms of the socializing aspect, if you have like some form of self-control and you are able to discern from what's real life and what's not real life, then you're okay. I mean, we talked about it in the previous episode, right?
Vinod,
You know what's
just
funny?
Just like what you say, okay? Just like last episode, like what you said. Just go out, smell the grass, man.
You know what's funny? We talked about Instagram in the last episode. We released it on Monday. Monday night, boom, it went down.
Oh yeah.
Monday
The
night, it went
irony,
down,
man, the irony.
right?
Guys,
don't know,
just
man.
go
I
out,
think-
smell the
yeah.
grass. Smell.
But at night lah. So
take
it was
in the
at night
sand,
for us lah.
the sea.
So I don't know what grass for me to smell lah. At night.
I mean, for me, is that social media has become such a It's now not a matter of whether you have it or not. It's a matter of you must have it. I mean, if someone comes and tell me that they're not on social media, I'm like, you're a dinosaur, bro.
Hey, I got a friend like that way.
Boomer, man. Yeah.
Like I
mean,
actually only
even
text.
boomers have Facebook.
Yeah.
I actually only text him like through like Facebook. Not even Facebook. I only text him through like iMessage or WhatsApp. That's it. He doesn't even have Instagram at all.
I don't know how he does it, but I wish I could do it.
That's
I
all-
wish I could
that's
do
all
the
I can
same as
say.
well. I wish
That's all I can
I
say.
wish that for me, right, because I'm sure you guys, you all know that I post up my photos and stuff like that, right? I have a photography account. But I wish
Yeah.
I could like be a little bit more creative and like try to monopolize on like another platform. But it's a bit hard also because everyone is on the most popular platform and that's where you can get more traction, you see, more exposure. But if I could, I would definitely jump on another much more like maybe up and coming. Like I wanted to jump onto Clubhouse. Remember how Clubhouse was like so popular? But now it's
Yeah.
like it just died, man. Bro, what happened?
Yeah.
Very fast.
It's like
It
yesterday's
was like
story.
hype for quite
Yeah. It just died.
like
Yeah.
a few months, and after that, yeah.
I think speaking of life without social media is very hard to do, like
Yeah.
I said, because it has kind of, like I said, is now a part of society. It's not a separate entity. We live
Yes.
with it. We coexist with it. So we cannot think
Indeed.
of a life without social media because, I mean, I asked the question and none of us could form we can't think. It's unfathomable because we live in a world where we have to coexist with it. We have to
Yeah.
take the negatives, the positives. We have to, we have to balance it out and all
I
that.
mean to end it on this note here, I feel like life without Instagram and all these things, like all things in life, everything requires adjustment and it may be for the
Correct.
good of all of us or it may be for the bad. But in terms of
Yin and yang, bro. Yin
yeah,
and yang.
yin and yang. I feel like in terms of like social media, I feel like there needs to be a balance, but it's so hard because everything is so dependent upon it these days, you see.
Correct. Especially in the pandemic, honestly.
Yeah, and especially in the pandemic.
Yeah.
But think about this lah, huh? These three platforms are so huge that if it goes away, many people will lose their jobs, their careers, and many will have to start up from the ground again, start up from scratch. And you know, just like the saying goes, just like any social media app, people will stop scrolling so much, and also like just like anything in life. When there is no one thing, another thing will also take its place. So
Correct.
if there's no Facebook, if there's no Instagram, if there's no WhatsApp, there will be another form of Facebook. It might be rename FacePage. Instagram might be Instagrid. WhatsApp might be WhatsApp. It's like an alternative dimension. Like what if from Disney Plus.
Yeah.
What if And
I mean, yeah.
and to end it here, I mean like the only reason why Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp have been like dominating the socials for so long is because of its history. And Facebook is actually quite smart lah, I feel, to purchase these two big platforms. But to be honest, I doubt Mark Zuckerberg's hearing this. But Zuck, come on, man, please find a solution so that you can like separate the servers or the data or something like that. Just so
Give
that when
us
one thing goes down,
variety.
yeah,
Give us
just so that when one thing goes down, the others don't go down. Like, bro, like we need. You can't do this, man. It's bad. It's bad for, you know how much money he lost. Okay, man. I mean, to us it seems like a lot lah, but to him it might be just like $50 to him, you know. But he lost so much money just like over the 7 hours, man. Billions, bro, billions. And you know, I feel for him, just don't buy up any more social media platforms. You know, I feel like
Stop monopolizing the market.
like what Vinod said in the beginning lah. Let every company try to be creative in its own way. Let there be creative competition and like a healthy competition. I think it's so important because like as much as we all can compare oneself to another, okay, it's very I would say, okay, like when I put it in terms of inspiring, it's not really inspiring lah, but it's like when one person does something better and then another person tries to quote unquote maybe copy or like gets an inspiration out of it and create something different or even better than that. It's a like what I said at the beginning as well. It's like a ping pong effect, you know. It goes. One does better, another might do better. One does better, might do better. It's how competition works. And when there's no competition, I feel that there's the lack of growth. There's the lack of like forwardness.
You're stagnant.
Yeah.
You're stagnant.
Creative
when there's no
forwardness,
competition, you're stagnant.
Yeah.
Correct.
But yeah, that's just what I have to say on this part. Yeah.
I mean, I think we have touched upon like important stuff, and to be fair, life without social media is gonna be boring. But for some people, it's more than just boring. It's losing money, is losing connections with people
Losing
they are
life,
close
bro.
to.
Losing life.
Yeah, it's life. Social media is basically a part of your life now. You can't run from it. You can't hide from it. And with social media being that powerful entity that it is in society, stop monopolizing the market. I mean, honestly, like
Word.
Monday was just a small example of what happens when you monopolize a market that's such a big part of your life and big part of society. So to everyone who's listening to this podcast, get on Twitter.
hashtag man.
get on Twitter. I mean, try to diversify your social media experience. Don't just depend on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook to fulfill your social media requirements. And if you want to start a business, you can start it on Twitter as well. I know people who plug their business on Twitter and are doing well. So just a word of advice. I mean, if you can take it, you take it. If you don't want, I mean, it's up to you.
You do you.
But you do you, brothers and
You do
sisters. You do you, brothers and sisters. That's all I can say. So we've talked about social media a lot on this podcast. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Any final say from Wei Yong and Simon? Any final say?
I think there's good and bad lah, right? About this social media outage, right? Good thing is that if you are spending too much time on those 3 apps, you have a breather lah. You can suddenly you can do other things, focus on other things, be more observant of what's happening around you. That's like one of the good thing. Bad thing is like you said, some people depend on it. Some people their work is there and all right, and that's the bad thing though, right? But I'm sure that, I mean, these things do happen. It's like ups and downs, and just find a way to adjust lah. It's good. You're gonna be okay, man.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean,
correct. When these 3 apps down, right, it's not the end of the world lah.
It's not the end of the world. Right. I feel, I think this situation has opened up many people's eyes to see how reliant we are upon social media, and how we have been quote unquote like slaves to it, because we all have to rely on it. It's like our source of energy, our source of life. But I think we have all we've all sort of like lost touch and forgotten about what life truly is, and life is just about living it out to the fullest and doing things that you can do in life. You know, like everything doesn't revolve around a screen and around codes that create a platform. You know, so I guess this has definitely opened up a lot of people's eyes to see that there's more to it than the social media. It's all about, at the end of the day, it's just all about how are we living our lives before we all die in the end. Are we gonna
Wow,
are we
dark.
going to leave it to its fulfillment, or are we just gonna
Suddenly
live
damn
it? Or are we just all gonna live it on a screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm just gonna summarize it very simple. Please live your life outside of your screen.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't need a 7-hour social media outage to realize that there's more to life than living on your social media apps.
Definitely.
Like I said, touch some grass.
Yeah.
y'all.
Touch some grass. Yeah.
Touch some
Touch
grass,
and
y'all.
smell some grass.
I mean that's what I would say also lah, but I'm also guilty. Like, if I look at my screen time, confirm 10+ hours and I'm on my phone.
I mean,
screen.
we're not all perfect lah, but
Yeah,
I'm just
but
saying, like,
if we can
live
go
your
out,
life.
you know.
try to live your life outside of your screen.
Yeah.
Totally.
And yeah, so that's it for today on our Three Lattes Podcast. And please follow us on our socials on Instagram with the Three Lattes Podcast. Please follow, like, and share our videos on YouTube as well. Subscribe to us, like, share. If you want to comment on it as well, comment. We'll comment back, see what you guys have to say. And remember, guys, we are on Spotify.
What?
You're on Spotify?
Sorry, I just had to go put in the
Yes.
clap again.
Yeah.
So finally,
And
man.
remember on Spotify we are the Three Lattes.
Yeah.
Just the Three Lattes.
I mean, we
And-
are the Three Lattes on Instagram. It's just that we are the Three Lattes podcast. We are the Three
Yeah.
Lattes.
We'll share our podcast our Spotify podcast link on like our social. So
You'll
follow us there, get updated, please just support us lah. Huh?
Yeah.
And that's it from us from this week, and I'll see you guys next Monday.
All right, take care, y'all. Bye bye. Ciao.